Okay. All right. Did you have an extra book?
I left it in the car.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'll just show off on mine. It's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna show. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in on. Whew, this, I've been so many names. I don't even know what name I am. I I started off with Mike and Sony. Then it was I forgot, it was two guys and a girl. I forgot the name that we had, and then the two guys left, and it was me and the guy, and then they left, and it became me, and then I became Philly Finest because someone gave me that name, and then I took on a manager who said I don't like that name, so I went to the Sony show, and but when you look me up, I'm still under Philly Finest, so I'm everything but Goofy and Donald Duck, but I don't know, but it's okay. So I'm here. I'm live. Yes, I am. I am live on the set with Ms. Zena Thrower.
Yes.
Yeah, thank. Whew.
Yes.
Last week you were to come on, and last week I got hit. Like I literally got. I was not in a mental state to be here, and then there was a lot going on, so we rescheduled.
Yes.
And then we rescheduled for today, and I look up and I'm like, okay, can the rain like stop? Just a little bit, like just a tad bit. Like how about just completely? Yeah, but and I'm like, okay, because I was coming from nowhere. I'm like, no, that's okay. That's okay. But we're here.
We're here.
We are here. You're here. I'm here. I'm so glad because somebody's here because God knows I need God to be here, and I'm hoping He's here. But
He's here.
Good.
He's here. I
Good.
guarantee you that.
But I got a goodie bag, a gift bag. so in my gift bag, because one of the reasons why you're here is because you are Arthur.
I am a best-selling author.
Oh, say that B word again.
Best-selling author.
Now, mind you, now we had the B, the good B, not that bad B. She's the best selling author. Well, let me tell you why I know it's the best. Oh, shucks. Is this mine?
Yes, it is.
Sugar foots, boy. I don't know where people came up with that word, but I just to a T. But I'm looking at a book I love. I love the color. I love the colors. I love the design of it. But this is Dr. Oh, shucks. Oh, shucks. Okay.
Yes, Dr. Ophelia Bates. Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. Powerful.
Yeah. Blessed. Now, the book I have a different book from you.
You do?
Yeah. And of course, I didn't bring it rushing out. But yeah, I have a book with, I sure do. Yeah, I do. But yeah, question. What is it about writing? Like, what inspired you to write?
I have been writing for many years, and I have books and books of parts of my life. And I said, okay, I don't know when it's going to be the time. I waited on God, and it wasn't evidently the time when I was doing it. My mentor, Tamara Mitchell Davis, brought all of it out of me. She was like, don't let no one else write your story. No one. Because no one can write your story but you.
You're right about that. No one.
They know parts of your story. They have their own version of your story.
Yes.
But only you know your story.
You know what? Even I find that interesting. I was going through some personal stuff. Even though I knew that person, we knew they were involved in my life when I was going through some stuff. They still couldn't tell my story. I can tell you, they can tell you, why I stole, why I cheated, why I lied. They can tell you those why parts, but only I can tell you why I actually stole, lied, and cheated. And I can tell you what it was in me that made me do those things. They can only elaborate on the outside looking in. I was there when you did those things, right? But why did I? Not your interpretation, not your, what your gut feeling was.
Right. Not
Right.
your vision,
Not
but
your
mine.
but mine. And you're so true when it comes to our vision, because I can only tell you what my perception of the story is. Only you can tell me what that pain feels like. I can't tell you. I can't tell you what it's like, but that you a great analogy. Only you can tell your story.
Yes.
So why now to tell your story? What's so special about now?
What's so special is there's so many women, young women, middle-aged women that are out there who have made these mistakes, the same ones that I've made. I had my first child at 15. I was pregnant at 14, and I had to figure it out. So there's women out there who are still holding on to that guilt, to that shame. And I said, you know what? I am over the guilt and the shame. Okay, that mask has to come off. And it was time for a healing process for me. You know, because I walked around and I had this mask on, like none of those things in my life back then bothered me. But when I got to writing, I realized that they did bother me, that it did bother me to wonder what people thought of me. You know, even though we put on this mask, like, I don't care what nobody think about me. But deep down inside, we really do care. You know, and at 14 and 15, you have to really, like, you have that hardcore about yourself. But when you're alone, you really do think about those things.
Yeah.
You know, so it's time to come from up behind the mask. It's time for you not to keep feeling guilty. People are doing things for their kids because they feel guilty of things that they did back when they were born, or, you know, because they did something young, or they left them with their grandparents. We're done with it. We're done with the guilt. You can't guilt trip me anymore. You know.
It reminds me of Eminem in the movie 8 Mile. You know, when he stood up on the mic and he told the whole world everything. I did this, and this. Drop the mic and say, okay, now you go next. The thing was, you were supposed to tell my story, but you had nothing to tell because, like you said, like I didn't look, the shame and the guilt, it's over with. Like, unmask me, here you go. I didn't peel myself open. I exposed everything. What do you have? The guy had nothing.
Right.
I didn't told you everything about me. So therefore, you have no reason to point a finger at me. So now, what do you have? Because you can't. You have nothing to hold over. I dated a guy who used to always tell me, you know, you don't give people everything. Give them increments. And then after a while, it's like you have nothing to hold over me because I've already exposed. So now what?
Right. I took the power back.
Yeah, I took my power. I like that. I never thought about it like that. I was so buried in guilt and shame, you know, even though I would watch the news and I saw they did that, they did that, they did that. But, you know, I didn't want people to know that I did that.
Right.
So let me hide over here, you know, peek a little bit because I don't want y'all to see everything, because right behind this door, all up under that blanket was a lot of mess.
Yes.
You know, but it's like reality had to set in. It's like, well, dad, aren't we all messy?
Yes, we are.
You know, I mean, you know, I get some of us point the finger, we pass judgment to a point.
Yes.
You know, and I, on my side, I don't more or less point the finger. I just expose because, you know, that's the pedophile. I think
Right.
we should know that's a I'm not dragging that pedophile.
Right.
I don't understand, but I sympathize because, you know, that pedophile got it from somewhere.
Right.
You know, but at some point, where do you draw a line and say, okay, you are responsible for your actions? I was responsible for my actions. I can't keep blaming X, Y, and Z
Right.
when I'm ABC.
Right.
You know, but
Which
a lot
of
us,
times we do in life. We want to blame someone
wanna-
else for our pain and someone else, you know. But how do we heal if we blaming other people? We have to look in the mirror and take our responsibility for what we contribute to our own lives.
So true.
You know, what doors did we allow to be open?
So
you
true.
know, who did we allow to contaminate our hearts,
So
our
true.
minds, our souls, and our spirits? You know. So I said, you know what? It's just time. It's time. It's time to write.
So blessed, not broken.
Let's not focus. The power
black,
of transformation.
because a lot of us think that when we're broken that we can't be blessed. We
Yes.
aren't blessed. I don't see any good in me. God would never do that. I see the wonderful work He does for them, but I'm so broken. And in reality, a lot of people are broken within. They don't see that there's good inside of them.
Yes.
They can be healed and blessed, or they actually are blessed. They never see that. How do you get to somebody who is in that state of mind, like, all I see is this shame, guilt, and brokenness?
You let them know that they're loved. No matter what it is that they have done, no matter where they're going in life, they are loved. Not only by God, but by you. You share the Lord love that He gives you to others.
Mm.
Hold their hand, give them a hug. Say nothing. Sometimes it's just saying nothing is more powerful than saying something. Sometimes people just want you to hold them, or just want you to be there in the presence and
Not
say
saying
nothing.
anything. Nothing. Just
Don't
to
say
be
nothing.
There. Yeah.
No judgment zone. There's no judgment zone here.
Mm.
Okay? I can't judge you. You can't judge me. Because we've all done took a path that we shouldn't have been taking.
We say that. We do say that a lot. But a lot of us still judge.
A lot of us do.
A lot of us do judge. What makes it hard, especially for someone who is broken, to open up, because I'm already broken. I've already know. Like, I was there.
Right.
I was there when I did those acts. So I didn't need a reminder, but a lot of people tend to remind people, and I don't know if it's actually what I hear, because if I throw shade your way, shade comes off from me. I don't know if that's really how that works. In my mind, when I would, pass judgment, I didn't know I was passing judgment. I was just making it obvious to everyone. And how ironic that no one ever noticed someone else doing dirt until somebody walked up and like, did you know? I didn't. I was minding my business, and now that you done brought it to my attention.
Right.
But I was bringing things to people's attention, not realizing I was judging.
And it's easy to do.
Yeah, it's easy to do, but once I realized, I was doing those things, it bothered me, it bothered me a lot that I do catch myself. Facial expressions is like, oh, okay, I gotta catch myself, because even though I'm not saying this, oh, you see them over there? Did you see her? I gotta watch my facial, because others are watching me, and
Yes.
then they'll wind up, and then here's the judgment.
Yes.
And
Because they see it in your eyes.
Yeah, they
Even though
see
that
it
we
in our
wearing
eyes.
masks now, they can see it in your eyes.
Yeah.
When they
Yeah.
look at you, or they done something, and you looking at them, because your eyes are the windows to your soul.
Yeah.
They can see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I had to control a lot of my facial expressions throughout the years. I was silent, but my eyes
Spoke value.
spoke value. Yes,
So you are a bestseller.
I am.
How does one get? You know what? I have look. I can barely write my ABCs correctly, and then you coming up here with these books and you're best. What makes one a bestseller? How do you get that status?
Someone wants to hear your story.
Mm.
There's lots of people out there who want to hear your story.
That's
Because
good.
they want to see whether or not your story reflects to them or
Right.
someone they know.
So true.
So they reach out.
So true.
You buy a book so that you could see if there's anything in there that will help you,
Right.
elevate you, inspire you, or just help you heal.
Yeah. That healing part. That's a humdinger
Yeah.
for a lot of people. A lot of people who are broken
Mhm.
have no idea that first stages of it, besides admission, is to be healed.
Yes.
I don't know how to heal, because I don't know that I needed to be healed or worthy to be healed. Miss Thor,
I write for healing.
you write for healing. I use social media as my platform to inspire, encourage, to motivate, to lift. My personal page, my business page, I keep that business wise, but
Right.
my personal page, I tend to flood it. I have what I was doing is it was stay focused. There was no ed, and my phone would ring up. You know that's not how you spell focus. I get it. I purposely took the ed off because I was trying to get people to focus on the message, not my grammar. One of the things I would tell people, the reason why you needed to stay focused, because what happens is while you're focusing on a neighbor who got that new house, you trying to figure out how Ray Ray got that new car. But did you ever notice that Ray Ray don't park his car in front of the house no more? You didn't notice that house over there, they're barely home. What happens is they are 2 months behind on mortgage. The house is getting ready to be foreclosed, but you're looking at it on the outside, not realizing
Right.
Ray Ray is ditching the car because it's going to get repoed if they find it. But we're looking on the exterior rather than the interior. And what happens is, by us focusing on other people's things that we believe are gifts, we're missing the gift that God is trying to send us. So we tend to ask God, what I love is, yo, God, what happened? And then God says, well, what had happened was I sent you your blessing, but you was focusing on. So then I come back and I tell people to stay focused. I really don't care how you do it.
Right.
Just stay focused. Don't worry about Miss Thor because she's writing these, these #1 best-selling books. Focus on you. If you can't write a book, okay, you know how to do graphics.
Right.
I don't know how to draw, but I know how to make T-shirts.
Right.
That's a gift. Your gift may not take you where Miss Thor is going because she's on a bestsellers list that's going to sit next to Oprah, but your artwork might sit next to Michelangelo's painting somewhere.
I'm gonna claim that. I gotta claim that right there. I
Yeah,
gotta claim that.
yeah, you do.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So let me say it again.
I got to claim that.
I'm going to say it because some people may never feel it, but it's interesting. We don't see what other people say.
Right.
So your book may just one day, not this year, next year, sit next to Oprah. It may not even sit next to Oprah. Oprah may just have her, her books and be like, yo, here's the book. I need you to go out and grab it.
Yes.
It may
Yes.
sit in Oprah's hand.
Yes.
But we don't see that because we're so focused on looking at what other people have and what other people are doing rather than what we need to be doing to get it. Like, I can't get an 8-pack just sitting on the couch. Eating that pizza and drinking that soda. Eventually I have to put something down and I have to pick up something. Some weights, walking, running, something. You had to pick up pen and paper in order for this. I could think about it all day.
Right.
But if it doesn't come from my head to paper and pen for me to give to someone to make it a bestseller, it's just going to be in my head.
Right. And you never know what it took for people to get what they have or get to where they have.
Right.
Are, and people are always looking at where people are going, what people are doing, but what did they do to get there?
Right.
Was it hard? Did they have to give up family time? Did they have to, pretty much go down there, take their bank account down to zero, okay, to make their dreams work?
Happened.
Yeah. I always tell people, never give up on your dream. Never. Okay? If you're 85, never give up on your dream.
You know what? I totally agree because what happens is we've already had the naysay, and one of the things I pray for is my haters, my doubters, and my naysayers. I pray for them. I don't know who they are, but I pray for them because there's someone out there wishing, and they may be praying that whatever it is I want to do, I fail at. So I pray for them because somebody prayed for me. I was somebody's hater and doubter and naysayer. Let me be honest, I really was. I was hating. I mean, you got your name on a water bottle. Shucks. Like, let's be realistic. We all hated or was envious of somebody's success, because maybe they thought about it but you acted upon it.
Right.
I wanted to be an author, but I didn't know how to. But you, like you said, you took the steps. If you had to go down to the zero of your bank account, I don't know your struggles.
Right.
We never know people's struggles. We just see their rise, and we look at it like, wow, okay, here's some of the hate. You didn't hate me when I was going through it, but now that I'm, I'm reaping my rewards, that tends to come up. Miss Thorpe, how many haters do you have?
Probably a whole lot of them out there right about now. Because a lot of people have heard me say, I'm going to be an author. But to them it was like, yeah, year after year, they kept hearing it, but they wasn't seeing it.
Right.
So now they're seeing it bring to manifestation.
Right.
And they like, she really did do it.
Yeah.
Because your haters can motivate you and inspire you and elevate you, and they don't even know they're doing it.
And half the time, we don't even know that they are the cause of us to be that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they help push you because every time you say it and you get their look in their eyes, and it's like, yeah, lady, you said that last year, you said that 2 years ago, and it's like, you know what? I'm gonna make a liar out of my own self and do it. Do it in fear. A lot of people are fearful of stepping out and doing things.
Right.
I learned by doing this. My mentor, Tamara Mitchell Davis, visionary author, taught me, step out on fear, do it, end the fear, and believe me, this was very fearful, very challenging.
Okay.
Very challenging, but it was so beautiful on the other end.
The reward.
Reward. God took coal and made a diamond out of it. I was dirty, I was black, I was cold. And he turned me into a diamond. He made me the queen.
Feels good.
That I always knew I should have been.
Right.
That's why I address my women as queens. Y'all queens.
Y'all heard that, right?
Y'all
I thought I was the only one when I, would say that, because some of our ladies are so used to the word bitch. I really started, I was fearful at first when when someone hit the like button on my page and I say, thank you, beautiful. It was queen, and I'm like, I took that back. So now I address them as beautiful, but I'm like, okay, I didn't want nobody thinking I was trying to hit on them.
Right.
And then I didn't want somebody to feel offended. Actually, somebody did. So let me go on my page and let you know why I say this, because you've become so accustomed to the negative word that when even I'm not even trying to date you, but even when I try to, put something positive in your lap, you won't even accept it because you've been so used to that broken part of you.
Yes.
No, you're not that negative. You should want to be beautiful or that queen.
Right.
Because that's what you are.
Yes.
And I would tell people, especially the homeless, when I was, they asked me for some change or something, and if I had it, I would give, but they put their head down. I'm like, no, hold your head up, sunshine.
Yes.
I don't give a rest for how much you hold your head up. I said, the only time you need to put your head down is you're picking up some change, you're tying your shoelaces. I didn't see your shoelaces, you're not picking up nothing. Hold your head up. I don't care if you're homeless. Hold your head up. The only difference is between them and me is God didn't make me them and them me. That's it. We're only one finger away from what God is, what we mock. That's it. We're only one finger away from whatever it is that we mock. The mental, the homeless, we're only one finger of God saying, you know what? I think I'll make you them and them you. Maybe appreciate it.
Yeah.
But if I'm in a mental state, I would never know what I lost.
Right.
I won't. So how do you think they feel?
Right.
And
they tired of people looking down at them.
I'm already homeless. I'm already embarrassed. I'm shamed.
But a lot of them were actually professionals.
And
they
we don't
had
look at
homes.
that.
They had beautiful cars. They were someone in the community. They volunteered their time. They gave charities. They donated.
But we don't see that.
But we don't see that. Now all we see is them where they are now.
Where they are, yeah. Or flip side is where they could be. Because you got to remember, that Steve Harvey and that Tyler Perry and that Fantasia.
Yes.
These people were not always, they were homeless.
Yes.
And how ironic, that when they were out there struggling, the same people that are, grabbing their pocketbook and I don't have any money are the same ones now can't wait to spend $400 or $500 for a damn little ticket to see these people.
Right.
But you couldn't wait to get away from them when it was poor. Now you can't wait to get to them. Now,
Right.
but let me ask you this. Writing this book, how many obstacles did you hit? How many times did you want to just quit, throw in a towel? Let's be real, Ms. Thorne.
Several times.
Several times.
Several
What kept
times.
you going?
Several times. The powerful women that are in this book and the visionary author of the book, they kept me going. That network of strong women where there was no judgment, we were transparent, there was nothing to hide behind anymore. They were very encouraging, they're very inspirational. Anytime that I would feel down, if I text any one of them or I reached out to any one of them, they had nothing but something positive to say to me, okay? We have affirmations. We speak affirmations into our lives on a daily basis.
How important is that?
It's very important because if you don't feel what it is that you're supposed to feel, then you need somebody to tell you that. So every day you look in the mirror, tell yourself you're beautiful. Tell yourself you're successful. Tell yourself you are a beautiful person to be around. Okay? Sometimes you wake up and you're feeling lonely. No one wants to be bothered with you.
Yeah.
No one wants to answer the phone. Nobody wants to talk to you. It's okay. I spent 4.5 years by myself. It was the best 4.5 years of my life, outside of my children.
Yeah.
But 4.5 years of my life, because I needed to learn that I was a marvelous, beautiful, bodacious black woman.
Right.
I like me.
Can you say that one more time, please? Say that one
What?
more time. Say that, because I don't think this left ear heard what the right ear heard.
That I'm beautiful, bodacious, black woman.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, I know who I am now. We grow up and sometimes we don't get that affirmation from our parents or our friends or our lovers, our husbands.
Society.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't get that affirmation. So I'm here to say, if you don't get it from nobody else, get it from yourself. Okay? Give it to yourself daily. Daily.
I like that.
Because no one has to look in that mirror in the morning, in the evening, in the afternoon, but you.
You right about that.
And the person looking back at you, be proud of her, who she is. Okay? Whether she has 2 nickels to rub together or no nickels to rub together, be proud of who she is. Be the best you can be where you are. And if you decide that you want to follow your dreams, start where you are. You don't have to have no fanfare, nothing. You ain't got to go backwards. Right where you are, start right there.
I like that. I laugh because one of the things, I have no idea where Stay Focused came from. I literally, was taking a shortcut through the McDonald's parking lot, South Philly, on my way to the house. And I was just, in my feelings. And I did a Facebook, and I was doing a Facebook. And I'm telling people I'm going through some stuff. And I don't care, what you're going through. And then all of a sudden, stay focused. It's like, okay. So I gave an explanation for it. Didn't think anything about it. The next day, I did it. By the end of the week, I found that I was saying that word, stay focused. But one of the things I kept, saying, about the ladies, well, I didn't care, how ugly you were. If you don't feel, you have to feel the beauty. You walk in that room like you the stuff.
Yes.
I don't care because what happens is when you walk in the room with confidence, as soon as you come in unconfident, we smell it, we sense it, we attack it, we latch onto it. But the thing is, you'll find people talking about you. When you walk in that room, I don't care if you got one heel on, one off, you got a dirt spot, a bleach stain, your wig is. When you walk in that room like you are the bomb,
yes,
I guarantee you, the mindsets of people will start looking at you differently. Now they're looking at you like, wait a minute, you didn't know that? Yeah, I noticed it. But did you notice that how I came in here? Like I didn't
Exactly.
care. I walked in here like I was just
I
like
have
you.
my head high.
My head held high, and then you
Okay.
tend to get more respect because now that confidence is starting to rain off on people. You know, it's like, wow, I'm feeling you, Miss Thor. I'm feeling you. I'm feeling you. Yeah, boy.
I've always said people don't have to like you,
No.
but you do have to make sure that they respect you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
They can hate you all day long,
All day long, but you gonna respect.
but you're going to respect me.
Sure, and you gonna respect my hustle.
Okay.
Bestseller book up in here.
Yes.
Miss Thor, what is this book about?
It's about a transformation. It's about going through some trials and tribulations. Each last one of these women in here have been through something, and it will resonate with someone. Each story resonate. I read the stories, and they resonated with me. They made me cry. Okay, but each one of us have been through something, and each one of us has transformed. Each one of us started as that piece of coal, and each one of us are now diamonds. But we know we're diamonds.
Mm.
We know we are. We know we're blessed and not broken.
Mm.
And we have transformed into these beautiful butterflies. That's the cover. Butterflies.
Yeah, butterflies.
Started as caterpillars, and now we are butterflies.
And that's one heck of a process because the caterpillars are actually ugly.
Yeah.
But when they transform over, they're so beautiful.
Yes, the colors
They're just
pop.
magnificent, you know, and to see them just go from one thing to the next, and that process has to be it's like painful, that growth, that hurt, you know, just like us.
Yes.
You know, I don't like to grow. Like I want to be that best person, but I gotta go through some stuff, Miss Thor.
Yes.
People don't like me. Like
And
they
it's
talking
okay.
about me, they throwing
Yes.
shade. They remember my past, even though I moved, I changed the address.
Because that's all he had. It's the same with the devil. That's all he has.
Mm.
He doesn't know what's in front of you. He only knows what was behind you. So only thing he can bring to you is what you did in the past.
In my past.
Okay? Because only God knows what's in front of you because he put it there.
Well, I like my cup.
Trust the process.
Trust the process, and how ironic you said that.
Yes.
Blessed and I'm sorry, blessed, not broken. And I can't even say the words. But I like my, and this is tea. That's
candy.
candy. Oh, wait a minute, I gotta show off, Miss Thor. I had to show off because you know I haven't done a show in a while where I had gifts. Now I used to have this station. We were on the other side, and I actually had people give me their gifts, and I would leave it. But then, you know, we started bringing other people on, and I couldn't leave my stuff there because it may come up missing.
Mhm.
Look, if my stuff didn't have legs before I got it, it shouldn't have legs afterwards. I love this. I love this. Now, Ms. Thor, are you planning on taking this to the next level?
I definitely am. I'm actually working on a personal project. With any luck and time, I will have it out by spring of 2022.
I don't do luck. I believe in God.
Oh.
Much
Well,
success.
I got hope
Yeah.
and I got faith.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, if he puts it out there before,
Now you mean to tell me you mean the play that's coming from this?
I'm gonna claim that too.
Because I thought you were talking about the movie that's following.
We can look. I'm claiming all of it.
Look, I speak nothing but the truth up in here. So you know,
Lord,
I'm speaking.
enlarge my territory, however you see fit.
Enlarge the territory.
Enlarge the territory.
Look, you know what's going to happen from that.
Yeah, I know.
So you're going to have to go through some stuff to get that.
Oh, I'm
that-
okay.
Okay.
Okay, because I done been to the bottom.
Okay.
There's
Yeah.
nothing left now but the top of
Yeah,
the mountain.
you either hit the bottom.
I done
you-
been to the
I
bottom.
done already. Yeah. So
Okay,
there's
I
no
done
place
been down
else to
with the
go. But
sludge.
there's nothing else
Okay.
but top. So yeah.
I can only go up now.
That's it.
I
That's
will
all you
not
can
ever
do.
go back down.
Mm,
I will not allow no one to take me back down.
I like that.
Okay?
Yeah.
I'm not allowing myself to go back down.
I like that.
Okay?
Yeah.
Either you willing to elevate me or leave me alone.
Yeah. I like that.
Okay?
Unity. Mm.
Yes.
Love, hope, faith. Unity within the melanin hued black brown community. We seem to be divided.
We're always the culture that's divided. You ever notice that?
Yeah.
Why? Why are we divided?
You know what? I would ask God a million questions. Like, how long would you here before we got here? Do you have parents? And then I got to like slavery. It's like I could not believe slavery that happened so long ago, had anything to do with now. Like, we're not slaves physically,
Mentally, we are.
mentally we are. And it made me think about one of the stories I heard. Grandma would just say, just take the lard, just put it in there. You never asked, why am I putting this whole thing of lard in? Like, who does it? We never asked, we just did.
It,
And we did what was done that trickled all the way back
mm-hmm.
to slavery, but we have that hidden gene that I say, that hate hidden gene that we don't even know that we have, because we're divided amongst each other that happened years ago.
Yes.
Somehow I wish, or one day, with a ton of hope and faith and an abundance of love, we can unify. Because it's sad that you have a book here that's a bestseller within the black, brown, hue community, but half of the people would still look at you in judgment, still look at you in hatred. And I'm not saying it doesn't happen in other communities, but when it comes to us, the support system sucks. We're more dragging, or as we put it, I would rather talk bad about you, support you less, find other reasons to support the other guy rather than this guy,
Right.
than we should.
Right.
And it's sad.
And that's what made this so much important for me to do with the group of women that I've done it with, magnificent women,
Mhm.
because I don't have friends because I've been hurt so much
Right.
by women, Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
betrayed,
Mhm.
looked down at,
Mhm. Understandable.
and when God decided that, it's time for you to change, I'm going to make you a new creature. And all old things are past.
Yes.
Okay,
In his eyes.
in his eyes.
In his eyes.
So what I had to do was, if God's going to work on me and make me a new creature, because I can't ask God to work on nobody but me.
But you.
Okay, I need to shed some old stuff,
Mm.
and that meant old people.
Mm.
Okay, because you're not here to elevate me. You're just here to pour from me. You're here to take the advice I have. You're here to take whatever I have for you.
Right.
But when it's time for you to give for me,
Mm-hmm.
you have nothing.
Have nothing.
You have nothing for me.
Mm.
So
Take.
right, and no one wants to
and
give.
No one wants to give.
Okay. Well, now you wonder why you're not blessed?
Mm.
Because you have to release it to receive it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have to release the love, release the finances, release whatever it is God has given you. He didn't want you to keep it to yourself. He didn't want these stories to be kept to ourselves.
Yeah,
He
you
wanted
don't
us
need
to
it back
share
in
these
there.
stories.
Yes.
Because these stories are to help others.
Yeah. But
Okay.
when you're going through it, Story, we don't see that.
We don't.
I really don't see me prostituting and using drugs and sleeping with married men and dancing on poles and being a drug dealer or being a drug user. Or I don't see.
You don't see that.
I don't see that.
You don't.
I just see the ugly. Like, I don't see that. Hey, I can be anything but. This is all I know.
Right.
I would like to be, but this is it. I feel safe over here. I know right over here. Even though they mock and tease and laugh and poke fun at me, I don't like it, but I'm safe over here.
But that's why, as women, we need to unify.
How do we unify this?
Okay.
Thor? How do you get women? Because I'm
You
something
meet
like
them where they
I'm
are.
something like you.
You gotta meet them where they are.
I'm not a huge fan of a lot of women, and I'm not saying all, but catty, malicious, shady, the negative, and mind you now, I'm not saying all, because not all are like that. But why do we tend to, especially within our community, want to, your bestseller, Ms. Thor, that means everybody should be like high fiving, good girl, and there's always somebody who wants to pull somebody back. For what? The same thing you doing, Miss Thor, other people can be doing.
And the thing about that is, I tell everybody when we talk about this book, they
Mhm.
always say, "Yeah, I always wanted to write my story." I said, "Why don't you do it?" And they was like, "Well, no, if I put this out there, somebody's gonna get hurt. What about your hurt? Let's work on your hurt.
Mm.
Write your story and get
Mm.
through your hurt, okay? Because everyone's not going to like you now or after the book, okay? They didn't like you before.
Mm.
They didn't like you through it,
Mm.
and they probably won't like you afterwards,
No,
okay?
no.
But do you like you? If you was to write down everything that went on with you in your life, and you knew at the end of it, you can throw your hands up and say, "I am free, finally free." This is the title of my chapter. Finally free. Okay, the masks are off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done with the guilt. I'm done with the shame. I am free. If you're healed, once you got everything on paper, it's going to make you cry. It's going to make you laugh. It's going to make you look back at some things and say, "What the heck was I thinking?" Okay?
Yeah. Wow.
It will actually empower you
Is
to
that
help
the
other
healing?
people.
Is that what that is?
The healing, that empowering feeling when it's over with, that healing feeling,
Yeah.
and you walk out whatever room you're sitting in your house, and you got your head held high, you go and make that cup of tea, and you sit down and you just say, "Lord, thank you."
Is that where we get that phrase? That tall, sit, get a tall glass of tea and sit, have a seat. And, yeah. After you didn't expose, because look, I didn't expose my own dirt. So what you gonna talk about?
Right.
Are you gonna run and tell everybody what I just told everybody? It, it's amazing how we, society, as humans, and I get it, we tend to want to run and tell everybody's story but our own.
But our own, yes.
And then when we do, we want to tip and toe around, certain things in our lives. It took me a very long time to get where I am. I always blame the other guy. My mother, my father, my sister, my brother, my aunt, the dog, the fish. And this fish hadn't ate that fish, and my dog ate the cat because everybody was at
Right.
fault except for me. And I had to sit back and I'm like, I literally had to sit myself down and go through everything, everyone I blamed. I'm not saying they weren't at fault, but I had to put myself in there and say, wait a minute, I have to take ownership of, now I may not have pulled the trigger, but I'm the one that bought the gun. I, wasn't made to stay. I could have left. But now that I stayed, I can't sit up here and say, you were at fault when I stayed.
Right.
I can't blame you for the things that happened when I wore those clothes that you stole. I know you stole, but I can't blame you now that I'm in jail. But
Right.
I shouldn't have. At some point, we have to take ownership for the role that we,
And that's the hardest part.
Yeah, taking ownership
for a lot of
people.
Especially women, because we were raised to be strong, powerful. Nothing bothers us. Everything rolls off our back. These women that can hold the world on their shoulder.
Lies.
It's okay to submit. It's okay to be vulnerable. Okay, it's okay to take that world off your shoulder, set it on the side, and say, you know what? Y'all can have that. I'm done with the world. Okay, I just got to deal with me.
Yeah. So, yes.
Let me work on me.
Self-love.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's very important.
It's very
important.
It took me a long time to get to peace. Like little words. I'm anal on words. I'm anal on how people are place the words. And I would hear so much about peace. Somebody died. First thing you say is, I'm so sorry. And, I'm so sorry. Anything happens is sorry is some words. And it wasn't until I started I would send people messages. I pray for peace. I don't know where they came from. I really have no idea. But I would just tell people I pray for peace. I pray for peace for you. I pray. I didn't want to be what everyone else was saying. I wanted to be different. So I would tell people I pray for peace, and it dawned on me, what is peace? And I was like, okay, got you. The thing is, when you're going through some stuff, we need peace. And when I say peace, since we're speaking about God, God says that peace surpasses all understanding. When you have peace, I can sit clearly now and write this book. All the things, even though I'm in a storm, all the things that are going on, banging at I'm shut my door. They're on the outside. There's a forest fire. There's a fire. The kids are kicking. The husband, everything that's going on bad is banging at that door, pounding. Yes. But I'm able to sit here in peace and write this book. It's still coming, but I'm able. When you're at peace, I tell people, you're able to write these best-selling novel books. You're able to write, little inspirational words of you're able to sit here and tell you're able to be at peace when peace comes, even though you're in the middle of some stuff. Because I guarantee you, when you was writing this book, some stuff came.
Oh yeah,
it came. It came for a reason to distract.
I
just want to see how bad you want this.
Exactly.
How bad do you want it?
Yes.
Because I'm about ready. As soon as you put that pen in your head, the pencil in your hand, the point broke.
Phone rang.
The phone rang. It was somebody at your door. Here's that bill. Wait a minute, girl. What happened to? I ain't heard from you. You know that guy that you had a crush on. Now all of a sudden, now the girl you was like, everything comes. Yes. That tsunami is coming because I want to see how bad you want this best-selling.
Are you going to persevere through
this? Are
you
going to persevere?
Because we have testimonies because we have tests. If
yes.
you don't have a testimony, then that means you ain't been tested yet.
No.
Okay.
Or at least not know that you were being tested.
Everybody should have a testimony because everybody's been tested. Okay.
Say that again.
Everybody should have a testimony because everybody's been tested.
I like that. Okay. Now, when you say tested, I mean tested from God.
Yes.
Now, yes. Now, mind you, we're not. This is not a religion.
Oh no.
I don't want anybody thinking, we just no.
We know where our help comes from.
We know where our help comes from,
yes.
And I'm not pushing or shoving, my religion belief on anybody. That's not me. But this is where she is in life, and this is where she's coming from in life, and this is how she's going to exuberate and expel, her thoughts, her views on the show. And if God comes through you, I'm not here to knock you or shame you. I'm co-signing. I really believe that, from this comes something else. The thing is, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want this stage play? Now, when I touch this book, I'm not saying this one. I'm in future. But I'm just saying.
We're going to start right where we are.
We're going to start right where we are. How bad do you want that play? How bad do you want that motion movie deal? How bad do you want that, Ms. Thor? Because I'm sitting here believing that whatever you touch, you can have that. Oh, God's will.
I'm going to claim
God's
it.
Will.
I'm claiming it.
So I trust and believe that there's going to be more bestsellers coming from this. More, whatever it is that your heart has set that only you and God know will come from this.
I don't understand the plan, Sonia. But I do trust the planner.
I do trust the planner. And I literally, I had to go through a lot. And I'm learning. I would tell people, we know when we put man on a pedestal when we become frustrated. I don't believe you just did that. You know how many times I did this for you? I did, because we put him on a pedestal. And I'm learning. Now, this is my next phase in life. I learned what peace was. I learned what forgiveness was. Now I'm at the stage of putting God first, because I got so busy calling everybody but God. I need $5. I need gas money. I need a ride. I need food. I need this. I need that. I need. And then God was like last on the bucket list. When everything is God's, He will send what needs to be mine to me. He sent that to you, not me. He said, wait, I knew you weren't going to write that book. No way. I knew you were going to take all day. So I'm going to pass it along to you.
And I picked up the reins.
And you picked it up and you ran with it. And you became a bestseller.
Yes.
A bestsellers.
And you know why? Because I took it to the throne before taking it to the phone.
Yes.
Okay.
I like that.
So when I went through, I didn't pick up the phone and start calling people and say, look, this is what's happening right now. Okay. I was sitting in my office and I said, okay, God, it's you and me right now. Okay. Tell me what you want your servant to do. Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me what to put on this paper. Tell me how much of it you want me to put. Tell me what words that I can put on this paper that will heal or transform another female.
Yeah.
Help me to help others.
So, Ms. Thor, let me ask you this. How does somebody get your book? Books.
How will they? You want how they obtain it?
Yes. How do they? They want to get a copy of your book.
Yes.
How would they reach out and get a copy of your book?
They can holler at me on Facebook, Zena Thrower at Facebook. They can holler at me on Instagram, One Hot Mama.
Oh, One Hot Mama.
Underscore.
Hot Mama in the building there. We got a Hot Mama. Not that hot. We're talking about a different hot. She's a different kind of hot.
I'm different kind of hot with 2 T's.
With 2 T's. Oh, shucks. Spicy hot. You see, she a bestseller, so she has to be some kind of hot.
They can also reach out on www.theCEOwife.com/Zena -thrower. You can order the book there. You can also order the book on uniquelydesignedforyou.com, which is my website. You can
Uniquely designed.
Uniquely designed. Because I am
uniquely designed. I like that.
And I want y'all all to know that y'all uniquely designed, and I uniquely designed for you. That glass piece, both glass pieces, uniquely designed, put those together.
Yes. I like that. Yes.
You have your cup of tea, you light your candle.
Yes.
That way, no fire, so you don't have to worry about it going out.
Nope.
You light the candle in your glass right there, you sit back, and you find your peace.
And find my peace.
Find your peace.
And find it. I found my peace. I found it. I make it known that when my peace is disrupted, that I believe that's the worst thing any man can ever do to me. It just is to, because now my peace, once my peace has been disrupted, I'm all over the place. I'm no longer focused on all the things positive I need to. Now I'm dwelling on the negative. And that's not good. Ms. Thor, I want to ask you this before we close out, please. I need you to leave my audience with something positive to rest their head on.
You are beautiful. You are loved. You are magnificent. And you are uniquely designed by whoever your creator is. Trust the process.
You heard that, right? She said trust the process. YouTube, thank you so much. We're live on the internet, phillyhotradio.com. I had to throw in Facebook a little bit on my page. But Ms. Thor, I need to have you back. Any book deals, any events coming up you want to throw out there?
Well, I'm working on a book signing that will be coming forward to you soon. I will make sure that Sonia gets that information so that her people will get that information. And y'all come on out and see me sometimes, you hear?
Yes, please come on out here. So we're going to wrap this up. I thank you so much for coming out here. I love this book cover. Wait a minute. Ooh. And mine's is even signed. I have some nice parting gifts. I would love to leave them here, but now that we getting all renovated and That's not going to happen. But stay tuned because at 6 o'clock I have returning guest Chef Ashley Bell. You know, she's gonna be here cooking. If y'all missed it last year or before COVID came, we were up in here. We had some Philadelphia hip hop artists come on, and she cooked up a nice spread. So let's see what she's gonna bring back here later on today. So check us out 6 o'clock, and I'll be back. But until then,